What would you say to the people of the world when asked what you stand for?
I'd like to think everything good and decent. Truth, justice.
Right, let's talk about. Superman and Lois is the show none of us expected it would be. It's a beautiful show that explores the Kent family and what it means to be Superman. This show is a family drama first, with a perfect cast and a respectfully written script that complements the source material. Superman and Lois made me fall back in love with the character of Superman, something that I haven't been able to do in a long time. As a kid, Superman is an icon. He's who you're inspired to be. He is the embodiment of good. Superman is a character that has always been so dear to my heart. However, in the past decade, adaptations have struggled to nail who Superman really is. In a day and age where there is an evil Superman around every corner, or a missed opportunity to capture what makes Superman so pure, it's truly refreshing to see a show that absolutely nails it and makes me love Superman again. The CW hasn't had the best track record in its shows. Although I don't want to be negative about the shows, I think to truly respect this adaptation, this is a key thing to look at. The Flash had a few years of being really engaging and fun, however it slowly lost its charm. Arrow, although I have a soft spot for it, had the same issues. I haven't watched many of the other shows as I've always felt let down, but when the show was announced I was intrigued but cautious. I always really liked Tyler Hoechlin as Superman, however he never really had his time to shine, but this was it, and oh boy, did he not disappoint. Hoechlin is probably my favourite interpretation of the character. He's so perfectly cast. He has the sweet, innocent and kind side to him, as well as the heroic and badass side too. The interpretation is as close to comic accuracy as you would want it to be, and I really love him in this show. Like I discussed earlier, the show is a family drama first, and Hoechlin nails the performance here. This struggle to be the perfect father can be felt as his performance is moving.
You guys know that I would never mean to actually hurt him.
Jordan, that
right?
has nothing to do with it. He's upset and he has a right to be. I told you, your powers come with responsibility, and I need you to get that.
Oh, I know they're different.
Do you? Because you made a big point at the hotel of saying you're different from me. But you're not. That anger you felt that made you want to use your powers the way you did tonight, I have those feelings too.
Speaking of great performances, Elizabeth Tulloch, I hope I'm not butchering that. Well, she's incredible. She's by far my favourite take on Lois Lane in live action, and she acts her ass off here.
I trusted you. I trusted that you were responsible enough to know what's at stake, to know how dangerous this all is.
So now you don't trust me?
Okay, let's calm down.
You knew there was a risk. I know you did, and yet you went in anyway, alone, behind my back. But to find weapons? You almost died. Not because you were unarmed, because you were reckless and stupid. And if you had died, the only person that would have been to blame is yourself. Get out of my face!
Lane is so engaging in this show, and I love her character. She really feels like she plays a purpose in the show and brings some of the more emotional punches to the show. The sons are both interesting characters too. Although quite cliche as typical teenagers, they both deliver great performances, and again, many of the emotional punches of the show are brought on by scenes with them. Many of the CW shows deal with intense arguments by having a 2-minute talk in the corridor and it being resolved by the end of the episode. Although the show resolves some of its arguments by the end of episodes, this show does a greater job at making these arguments and disagreements feel genuine and impactful to the narrative. They are arguments that better or further the character and the narrative. This is something that other CW shows fail at. Many arguments in The Flash just feel like they are added in for extra drama, and it always feels forced. I'm glad the writers of this show found a more impactful way to deal with these moments. The Superman part of the show is interesting, plays more of a twist on the more generic and popular Superman story tropes. Although it's probably not my favourite part of the show, I enjoy the Superman narrative of the show too. It has some fun villains and some great action scenes for a CW budget show. Something that helps with this is the VFX on the show. They are great, and this higher budget on the show really pays off. The much higher quality camera work and cinematography always makes the show much more of a pleasant watch. The rest of the Arrowverse shows have always looked so cheap with their shaky cam action sequences, but this show looks incredible and it feels high budget. But what made me fall in love with Superman again? Well, that'll be episode 11. Don't get me wrong, the whole show made me fall in love with the character again. However, this episode in particular is everything I want to see from a show like this. Seeing the memories of Clark and his journey to becoming Superman and starting a family was done with such honesty, and getting the little moments of Superman just being Superman is what I love about this show. Seeing Clark fall in love with Lois just feels right. The show is something that everyone needs right now. Just like Superman, the show is hopeful. The creators and the writers of this show truly care and love the character of Superman, and that made me fall in love with Superman again. Not forgetting we got my favourite Superman suit brought to screen.
Here you go, friend.
Thanks. Cool costume.
Thanks. My mom made it for me.
Although it's not a perfect show, it's perfect to me. The show's a perfect adaptation with genuine characters, great writing, and a lot of heart. I hope this show can continue to be as incredible as it has been and tell a Superman story that everyone needs to watch. Guys, please watch Superman and Lois. I promise, you won't regret it.
Who was that?
Superman.